If you're planning on putting these mini cake pans in the oven and baking with them, you need to know how they actually tolerate different temperatures. So when you start off and using them for cold things like gelatins or puddings, they're awesome. When you start putting them in the oven, the 350 to 375 range, they behave completely differently. So let me show you. So here I'm using the mold for making gelatin, and I got my liquids boiled and they're 212 degrees, and as I pour them into the mold, you can see there's no warping, no bending. The molds can handle 212 with no problems whatsoever. I can go ahead and refrigerate them, wait for them to solidify, and once the gelatin is set, the mold is perfectly in the same original shape that it started out with. Now let me show you the difference between 350 and 375 degrees. So now to try out a hot item, I'm doing an egg custard in the same mold, and you can see I'm putting it in the oven and the temperature is set to 350 degrees. So the tolerance for these plastic molds is 350. So here's what it looks like when it comes out of the oven at 350 degrees. You can see there's a little bit of a softness to the mold, and so if you continue to squeeze on it, it actually will start to warp and lose its original shape. So at 350 degrees, you want to let it cool down for just a minute before you handle it too much, and just that little bit of cool time gives it enough time for it to retain its original shape. Here you can see the mold has slightly lost its original shape. It's a little bit pliable and it's very minor, but it does have a little bit of a bend in it. You can see a little bit of curvature happening. So if you leave it in 350 and give it a chance to cool down to 345, that alone will help tremendously. Here you can see I have the temperature up to 375, and I'm actually going to test out and see how the plastic handles the 375 in comparison to the 350 degrees. Oh yeah, you can see it's so much more softer, like it's warping. So definitely want to keep it at 350 or below, but I would not recommend going above 350 by any means. That is so cool. This would definitely make a really cool gift. I love these. These are so cute.